life's work. With a little more aid and the fight hurt to keep me here a little longer, just a little stronger. Keep me a ponder, a dream and praying mothers stop burying the babies in the dirt. How life work. No longer mysticized when I lift my eyes. This is how the strife hurt. And I'm confined to a mind that only believes in false hopes, strained through a evil lies down the drain where the soul lurks. Couldn't believe my eyes, years searching, broken. How could I deny what you stolen, cheating? Only leaves me peace in the breakdowns mentally. Single mother raised 4, 2 sons, 2 daughters, and a second daughter only meant to be another single mother. She raised 4, and only princess knew that she gon' add to the score. It's a team effort, right? As the cycle repeats, my socio-political economic defeat sweep me right from under my feet. Short days, long nights, go hungry in the streets. Brothers and sisters from another mister. Still I'm left alone to defend my demons. Still left to own this light from the egg and semen. Make dirty wrongs clean, right? Friends turn enemies, loved ones memories fade. No pretty picture. Watch the vibration raise on the Richter. I stand motionless, emotionless. Desensitize me until you motion this voice for the underprivileged. Those getting this years after I wrote it. Take back no talk when I fall back to reconnect with the rodents. Back when life was good, oblivious to this axis that balances beam to this dream full of actors. I only wanna wake up realer than the night I fell asleep in. Make my story seeping from thought processes to the news bulletin. Cause this is more than public outcries of devastation. This is more than the extreme of extremes living in one nation. This is more than the poverty, the fornication by the adulterers who raped me then escaped me before I called for help. See, I called your name when I stood by myself in silence. The silence enshrouded me, clouded me, strapped trying to get ahead, strapped for the bread. I cried for help with pockets picked and 5-finger discounts to live like I was free. Free like fear never lived here. Till my house burned down, I never kissed fear. Still I drip tears, spare me pity. No care for the ones who didn't see me waiting in jail cells, denied any chance to a bail in my city where I'm designed to follow, fall, fail. Already getting debt letters in the mail for the bird fly from the nest to set sail. I only wonder where my hoop dreams would've took me before I gave up the bite for the cookie. I wonder how it would be if my mom looked me in my eyes and really taught me how a woman should be. And never abandoned by my dad who was supposed to be the man. Maybe my baby dad would be where he could be. Still I'm here. But I'm still here, so call me what you want. My vision's clear, so call it what you want, but I feel I'm the perfect example of what a woman should be. Just look me in my eye, tell me how it would be, could be, should be, before I die.
Islam and greetings, Moors. Welcome back to another episode of Pardon the Interjection. I am your host, Supreme L. And I want to give high honors, extremely high honors, to Prophet Noble Jew Ali and all the active Moors. Here on Pardon the Interjection, we dig up information to divulge to the people in the upliftment of fallen humanity. And yes, we have took a long, hard fall asleep to sleep, but now we're waking up in droves. Trust me, Moors are waking up, and it's a beautiful day to be alive. Okay, and I want to go in. I got a special guest. I got a very special guest. Got another win, Moors. We got another win. When those who stand on their square and dare to achieve which many don't, things happen. Things happen, Moors. When you stand on your square and know what you know and don't let no one give you different, positive things happen, Moors. I got a brother that's going to come up on here and he's going to tell you about a situation. And the situation is I am honored to bring this brother on here and he's going to tell you some things. And I want y'all to really pay close attention, okay, Morris? Alright? And we're going to get my brother up on the line right here and shortly. One second. Peace, more. And we have on the phone, welcome my brother to Pardon the Interjection. We have on the phone my good brother, Thomas L. What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling? Welcome to Pardon the Interjection.
What's going on, brother? Happy to be on, talk to the people, man. You know, with my brother Supreme L. You know, to spread the good news, a good word about the victorious outcome that happened for the Thomas L. fraction of the Moorish Divine National Movement out here in the California Corporation or California District with the family courts. You know, November 19th. Well, my children. I'm sorry to say the kids. My children, and well, actually, I should say the nobles. You know, and they kidnapped my son November 19th on an incident to where my wife had taken him to the hospital due cause of a temperature, a really high temperature. He had like 105, 100.2 degree temperature, really high for a baby. We tried to get him Tylenol and stuff like that, and couldn't get temperature down, so took him to the hospital. And when she took him to the hospital, and the hospital ended up breaking the fever later on that night, around like 4 in the morning. So, my wife stayed overnight with the baby, and then the next day is November 20th. The morning shift comes through the hospital. My wife's still there with the baby. My son, Kafri, Thomas ill, and they're in the hospital room. Was resting. The doctor comes in. The doctor says, "Oh my God, it smells like marijuana in here," which is like something that was totally out of this world because my girl does not even smoke any kind of way, like at all, ever. Like I knew this girl for 11 years and she never nothing, like literally, like seriously. Right. Had bad temper when she was younger, but like she don't deal with it now as she, as an adult. So anyway, they assume, or no, they said that someone had seen her go outside, smoke a blunt, come back in, and breastfeed my son because she said that she breastfeed my son. So anyway,
pardon the interjection, brother. Pardon the interjection. Now you said they saw her go out on the cameras. So they saw her on the cameras. Oh, okay. They said
they seen her on the cameras. They say somebody seen it on the cameras. So that was like, we getting two different, like I said, DCFS saying one story and the hospital saying another story. So we got a little conflict, a little conflict right there going on within the evidence being brought with those people. Okay. So we got a doctor and a nurse saying that she was seen on the cameras, a nurse saying she seen her go out, smoke, come back in the room, and breastfeed my son, which is horrible. BS to the max. Okay, so they literally took my son without asking her, without telling her, without even none of that, and they randomly drug test on some generic drugs that the hospitals use that are generic as can be, and they already know that these tests will make your baby test positive for cannabis if you are exposing your child to Johnson & Johnson baby soap, Aveeno baby soap, all these different baby soaps, and they know this, and it's all over the internet. But anyway, they test my son for it. He tests positive. They freak out. They like, okay, we have to call DCFS. DCFS comes later on, but they're supposed to come on the 21st, which is really Tuesday. But they came on the 20th of Monday, later on that night, right when my wife left to come home to change, because she's there all day in the hospital. She come home to change. The hospital gives her a call, like right when she started to get dressed, they give her a call, like, hey, the social worker's here to see you. And she's like, what? He said he'll be here in the morning. So she runs back to the hospital. The social worker, DCFS worker, says, okay, he finds out that she has twins. He said he wants to see the other baby. So he comes to see the other baby. It's supposed to be a visual exam to see if there's any immediate harm or any immediate, reason for concern. There are none at all. He still takes the baby to the hospital. She gives her a physical checkup, a drug test, and everything you can think of. She clears everything negative. She does not get admitted to the hospital. She's clear to go, fine, healthy baby. Okay. Right. Now my son at this time is now like in his 23rd, about to be hour of his 24 observation because he broke his fever on the morning of the 20th at 4 o'clock. So she's getting ready to leave on the observation. She want to go home with the baby. She's been in the hospital for 2 days. Like, I'm ready to get out of here. My baby's fine now. I'm ready to go. She had an hour and 20 minutes. They made her sign an AMA paper. She thought it was a release paper. They said these are release papers, and she was so frustrated and frantic of what was going on because they were threatening to take the kids, but then ended they act like they wasn't, and then they cleared her to go, and it says in the report, doctor and DCF agent, physician and DCF agent both cleared mother and patient to go. The patient was my son. The patient was never my daughter, so we understand that. So understand that they were clear to go. And then when she attempted to leave, they said she was endangering the child that was a patient who was free. So they ended up taking my daughter, who was Eva Thomas ill. They taking her because the doctors claimed that he really wasn't clear to go. So it ended up not taking him till the following day. So they took my daughter that night, which was Eva Thomas ill, and my girl's freaking out. I'm freaking out. I can't get there. I'm on my way to somewhere. So I'm trying to figure out.
Pardon me, bro. So they took they came in. It initially was for your son.
Yeah.
And then they came and took your daughter.
That was even crazy. That was crazy.
And then she tested negative, and they still try to keep her.
Yes.
Okay. I want to put this. This is all going on record, so that's why I'm trying to be clear. And you know, we got a little time, so you can take your time with it. Just you know, we want to be clear. So that's why I just asked you, and I'm interjecting here. But okay, go ahead, please continue, brother.
Yeah, that was a big blow too, because to understand she was negative. But see, the whole reason they took her, it was crazy because they took her because they said that she was endangering her by trying to take my son free. Wow. But it was crazy because she was clear to go, and they were already calling a taxi for her to leave with Eva. So it was like a mind blow. So I'm trying to call her back because her phone going dead, and I called the hospital directly, and I get the room number, and I called the room number, but then the DCFS agent answered the phone, and I'm talking to him like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, you know, you understand those are nationals. Like, those baby are Moorish Americans. We are free nationals. We do not fall under, you know, the Georgia of the War of the Courts. You know, we do not fall under the Georgia of the 14th or 13th Amendment. You know, we have proclaimed and declared our nationality through public hall records, through the birth. And he was just like, okay. He thought I was just coming with some bozo stuff or something, just talking crazy, because he never looked at the files. But then when I seen the files, the medical report at the hospital, they have my son's name. They totally denationalized him at the hospital. They have Thomas dash to the letter L. And then they have my daughter spelled out Thomas, THOMASEL. So I'm like, this is what's going on. Okay, now it makes even more sense. So the hospital is still denationalized. DCFS comes in and throws jurisdiction over the hospital and takes total control over the baby. This is what's going on. So anyway, okay, that's what happened. But I'm telling him this, and he's like, okay, yeah, okay. And exactly as he got off the phone with me, after going through and talking with my wife about what happened, comes out that he was on the phone with me right when he got the phone with me, and after I told him what I told him, he put a hold on the babies. It's a hospital hold on the babies. Mom putting the babies in danger. And the babies is coming with me. The daughter's coming with me. So they took my girl. The next day, which is Tuesday, that same morning, you know, it was like 4 in the morning Tuesday. So later on that day, my girl went back to the hospital to be with my son free. And then she met the DCFS worker, another worker who herself couldn't believe, why would he take Eva? And why would he do this so quickly in the middle of the night? And what's going on? But at the whole time, this is right before Thanksgiving holiday, so we got Thanksgiving coming up, and it's all kinds of stuff about to go down. So anyway, the social worker initially that came to cover the case didn't know what the other social worker was doing that took the baby. So it was two parties going on there. But at the same time, my girl's trying to figure out how and why they're going to take it free. We like, where's a warrant? Where's a court order? You guys have no jurisdiction. What's going on? Why y'all denationalizing? All kind of stuff. So they still ended up coming in and threatening to arrest, take my son out of the hospital, put him in a car seat, take him somewhere, I don't know, Lancaster somewhere, Thanksgiving Eve.
Okay, pardon me, brothers. Pardon me. So where exactly in Khalifa? Where exactly in California are you?
I'm right now in South Central LA, like right in like 50 in the Hoover, like right in the Hoover in the 50s.
Okay.
I'm right in Los Angeles, like right in the heart of Los Angeles. But I was born and raised in the Bay Area, in Oakland, California. You know, so I'm pretty much I just been up and down California.
Okay.
But
and where
yeah.
when you go into the jurisdiction part, I want you to let us and the family know, you know, which systems and what court area or tribunal it was too. Okay.
Okay, well, yeah, the people who recognized jurisdiction was the Edelman Family Court, and it's located in LA. I can't remember exactly which street again, because I never been there but 2 times, and I'm not gonna never go there again. But it's in LA. You can look it up, Edelman Family Courts. It's a so-called Superior Court in California, and yeah, it's they legitimate, and they recognize completely who I was after they actually looked at my file. They didn't look at my file until the second so-called hearing, which was. But anyway, so
yeah, please continue from there. Yeah, go ahead, continue from there.
Yeah, let me go back to the day of Kafri leaving the hospital and the DCFS worker, his partner, not knowing what's going on. So DCFS takes my son Kafri Wednesday. My wife comes home day before Thanksgiving, and we're like blown away. You know, we're hugging and crying, and you know, just trying to deal with it. And the next day, my wife is so frustrated. She's online just looking and searching and looking and searching. So we're looking up everything we can look up, and we finding like people who could like help us in this situation. And we finding the lawyers and gathering out, you know, case laws and see what happens and all this and that. And we started to look around and search. We did well. We found some good points and information. And we didn't get a phone call from any of their so-called branches or organizations until Monday, which was, you know, really heartbreaking because we had to really go and do our own due diligence. And, you know, we know a couple of social workers, and we got involved with them, and they did what they can do, and they found out some information which was totally bogus and incorrect, and allegations that these people really will just write up and press on us and try to charge you with.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, seriously, because when we went to court, well, okay, we had Monday came, and we had got a call from the social worker to be in court on Monday. So we were talking to the social worker, and she's saying, you know, be here, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and asking her, like, what do you guys have? Like, what's the allegations? And they were totally bogus. They're going to saying, okay, we have here, well, mother and daughter and son all test positive for marijuana. Son was medicalized for marijuana. I said, that right there is all false, because we have a true medical report, and the medical report that we have says my son was committed to the hospital, and for the flu and pneumonia, and that was it. And the doctors was even telling the DCFS agent that you could not be medicalized for marijuana because marijuana is harmless. It does not do anything to harm anyone. So this is what the doctor is telling him, but still he writes in the report, and then he lies and says everyone tested positive and everyone tested negative. And the whole thing going backtracking, when they took my daughter Eva, my wife she made her test after they took her. My daughter Eva tested before she did. They never had got a dirty test on my wife before they took the babies. They took the babies before they even got a test on my wife back. And then when they got that back, it came up negative. They really had something like to really fix. This is not even the point that really is the point of the issue or the matter. But as we go to court on Tuesday, they come out, you know, we go in there, they call it the calendar date, calendar date, November 28th, 2017, everybody chime in, check in for the calendar, sign in. Go up there, we sign in, everybody sign in. And we waiting for a few hours the first day. We waiting for a few hours, and you know how it is in the court. So we waiting and waiting and waiting. And then finally they start, getting close to our name, and they start to bring out the lawyers. First, they have a lawyer. For me, I'm like, what I got a lawyer for? She in court. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Y'all trying to do what y'all trying to send her to court. Why am I a lawyer? They say, oh, it's a family issue, so everybody must have a lawyer. And the first thing I say, because the lawyers already told me, don't take a public defender, and Moor's already know, don't take a public defender. I'm saying to the public defender, I'm not taking your assistance. I refuse your assistance. I do not need a lawyer. Matter of fact, I got a lawyer. I'm gonna bring him here Thursday because I don't even know why you telling me I need a lawyer in the first place. And I don't know why you guys are charging her and we charging her with, because it's all bogus. So me and my lawyer sit down, I figure her name Olga something. So we sit down at the table, and she starts to try and calm me down. And I ask her, I say, so what are the allegations that you guys are pushing up against her in order for this to happen right now? Why are you guys having my children captive right now? What is it? And then she said, okay, well, it says here that she had a note, like a note on top of the case file, and she was reading it. She said, it says here that mother and daughter and son all tested positive for marijuana. I said, nope, that's a lie. That's bull. Only my son, my wife, and my daughter were both negative. And then I asked her, I said, excuse me, I have something else to ask you. I said, why here on the last names, Thomas, it doesn't have the EL. It doesn't have the dash EL. And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I was supposed to have dash EL right here. I'm like, whose children are these? These aren't my children. I'm like, who are these children? And she looking at me like, and so she runs off in the back into the courtroom. Then I go sit back down with my wife, and then her lawyer comes out. Her lawyer comes out with the same thing. He gives her file and says to her, "Oh, yeah, this is your file. I'm your lawyer, this and that." She said, "I have a lawyer. You know, we don't need you, but this and that." And she's like, "Well, this is your file, but if you guys already have a lawyer, I understand." And she was getting ready to leave, and I was like, "Can I ask you a question?" And she was like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I was like, "What is she being charged with?" And she didn't even know. The lawyer didn't even have a clue. The so-called defense attorney, the public pretender, she didn't have a clue on what the case said, what the case was about. She had to take it from us and look at it herself. And they said, "Oh yeah, it says here that she tested positive for marijuana, and that baby was made it to the hospital over marijuana, and he was suffering this and that." I said, "Wait, that's bull. That's a lie, because the medical report says this." And she looked at it, and I said, here's her proxy report right here. Here's right here. She's all negative." And she's like, and she looked, and I said again, I said, in the Thomas, I said, "Look at the Thomas right here." I said, "You see this right here?" I said, "It's supposed to have a dash EL right here." And they go and make the corrections and all this and that. This is the first day, Tuesday. So then she runs it back in there, and they take the paperwork, and they do whatever, take it, and never do it, whatever. And so we waiting. 3 o'clock comes. 3:30. We finally go in there. I'm still refusing the lawyer. My girl refusing the lawyer too. We go in there, and the lawyer that was assigned to me, she got the hell away from me. Like, she was all over the courtroom somewhere else, walking around, like trying not to nowhere near get me, nowhere near her sitting next to me. My girl lawyer, she kind of act like, you know, she was kind of with the business, but she was more liberal at the end than I thought at first, because, like I said, I was with the aspect of like, these people were kidnapping my babies, and this is what it was. But it ended up, you know, it was true. So anyway, she sat down with her. I sit by myself. The court judge, the so-called magistrate judge, whatever you want to so-called label themselves as, we are magistrates or arbitrators, whatever, or betrayers. Anyway,
there you go.
She starts off by presuming the case, and she says, "Okay, we're here on the behalf of Kafri Thomas," and she wanted to keep reading, and then me and my girl both say, my wife both say "ew" at the same time, like it was crazy. It say "ew," and she looked up like. And then she kept reading, and she said, "And Eva Thomas," and we both said "ew," and she looked up again, like, and then she kept reading. She said, "Okay, here it says, excuse me, it says here," she said, "Okay, it says here that mother, daughter, and son all tested positive for marijuana." Right when she said that, like, both attorneys, like my kid's attorney and her attorney, so-called attorney, both ejected the judge, the magistrate, and says, "No, only one son tested positive, mother and daughter were clean, negative. So then, on top, I know it's popping on. Like, oh God, she can't proceed. So she knows she can't proceed. They know she can't proceed. We all know there's no more proceeding here, people. So she instantly, like, her next reaction was to go at me. She comes, looks at me. She looks right at me. Where's your lawyer? I said, well, for one, I don't even know what's going on. Because someone tell me what's going on. I don't know where my kids are taken. You know, they're captured. What is going on? You know, can someone please inform me of what's really happening here? She starts to put me on under kind of threat. You tell me what's going on now. You tell me who your lawyer is. You tell me what your information is. You tell me where your kids are. I'm like, whoa. I'm just saying, I got some paper here representing, and they said, you can't represent yourself. I was going to say who's representing who I am, and I want to tell you, where did you get all this stuff from, and where did you even get the allegation to bring me in here? So I didn't even get to say that. That's what I wanted to say, but she heard represent, and she just went off because she already kind of knew how Mose, she knew how Mose be moving in the courtroom. But I'm like this. My kids already illed up. Y'all got them. Y'all didn't violate it to the max. So I really ain't got to do too much, but just let y'all know y'all got my kids and give them back. So anyway, I'm holding it like this, like, you're tripping, lady. So I said, can we start over? She says, yes. I said, okay, I want to know. She flips right back to the same stuff. Where are the kids at? Okay, this is what's going to happen. He said, either you tell me where those kids are, who's your lawyer, and what your information is, or I'm going to put a warrant on your arrest, have you detained right now and arrested. I'm going to put a detention note on your kids and picked up from wherever they are. Tell me who your lawyer is and all your information on where your kids are. I said, all right. I told her where my kids is at. I told her my name, my phone number. They already knew my name. I told them all my other stuff. And I told her my lawyer name. I said, Rachel Raymond. And that right there set the whole courtroom on shock because she's known for, like, I was looking up and I got a contact of her. She's known for, like, beating up BCFS, like with Mike Tyson, like knockouts. And in a case like this, it's a home run. So they instantly started, like, to chill out. But at the same time, they didn't kind of know what they was dealing with. They were like, wait, these people are, like, we got a bogus case. So she scheduled me to come back in Thursday. So we leave. I tell my lawyer, and she says, okay, this and that. I said, well, babe, well, check this out. It might get a little hectic, so be careful. She tells me, well, don't worry, I'm a big girl, I can handle myself, right? Okay. That same Wednesday, the next day, Wednesday, we get a call from DCFS agent saying we got to go do a random test. Then I get a call from my lawyer telling me that she just got subpoenaed by the courts to be in the court on Thursday at 10:30 on the other side of town. Wow. So I'm like, I'm still tripping out like, okay, now they put me under threat and arrest. They found out who my lawyer is. They netted me the P-test. But when they found out who my lawyer is, they subpoena her and send her to another court to go somewhere else. So when I come in on Thursday, I don't have a lawyer at all. That's what I was thinking at first. I'm thinking, they trying to sneak me out of here. But then it came into tomorrow light when we went in there Thursday. We still did the P-test, whatever. We go pee. I don't care. I said, okay, I'll smoke weed. What they going to do? I'm clean. I ain't got no record. I'm clean. They can even tell me I'm a mo. What you mean? Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we both do the stuff. We test. We come in here Thursday morning. We there early, like 10 o'clock. We there early. We feeling good. Like, we already know they scared, but we feeling good. Like, you know what I'm saying? We swagged up. We walk up there. They got the people getting ready to sign for the calendar date, you know. Yeah, November 30th, we're here signing for the calendar date, but November 30th, 2017. And, everybody come sign up for courtroom 421. So, everybody starts to get up and sign up. And the bailiff, the sheriff, he looks and he see me and my wife, and he says, oh, no, you guys go ahead and sit down. You guys aren't on the schedule. We're going to see you guys later. And I'm like, I've been to court, on parking tickets and moving violations, and you go to court, you on the calendar no matter what. And I'm like, if we was summoned to court, why are we not on the calendar? I said, okay, interesting, very interesting. So we sit down, right? We sit down, and we chill, we getting ready for the lawyers to come out. First, my wife's lawyer come out. And she's like all jittery and like, I mean, like, these people, like, they must have, I don't know, they must have seen the creator or something. They was just like, hey, like, you know, how you doing? Like, she came out, hi. And she says, oh, you know what? Good thing you guys are claiming that indigenous stuff, because now we have to treat you guys totally different.
Wow.
And me and my wife, we both look at each other like, did she just say that?
Wow.
And she said, yeah, you know, we got these forms we're going to have you guys to fill out. And I'm going to go get those for you right now. And we just looking like, and I'm like, you know what? Because I forgot to tell she got liberal. Laura got liberal. I kind of told her, I said, you know, I apologize for how it was Tuesday. I was kind of overreactive, you know, But she was like, oh, no, you're totally cool. You were fine, and all this and that. But I felt like she was kind of on the other side, because I forgot to tell y'all, she was the one we left the first hearing. She actually said it to us, like, out of her own mouth. She said she can't say it, but, you know, on court, but she said that the only reason they doing that to us because we were black. So she thought we was black the first time. She thought we was black the first time because we were trying to get a private lawyer, and she was like, the only reason they doing this to y'all is because y'all black. That's what she said to us. But the same lady that Thursday morning was the first person to come out and say that to us. And she was kind of like, you know, kind of liberal, but I ain't saying trust them like that. I ain't saying none of that. But what I'm saying is they know what's popping off, and they trying to get Goody Two-Shoe now. And remember that. So that's the fact of that. And to understand how they came off that fast, I just said, I had to more up. And so, I ain't mad. It's all good. I got you. And then that happened. And so now I'm thinking, all right. Yeah. You don't want to phone. Say what? No, I'm not on probation. I'm actually getting hit by the police right now while I'm on the show. This is crazy. Excuse me, who are you people?
We're the police.
I mean, guys, some ID because I am the Indigenous National. I'm so serious. Please stop grabbing me. No, I can demonstrate this moment. I'm on the phone. And what are you doing?
You live here?
I was saying right here. It's a private property. You see the sign right there, private property? And, no, you're city. My ID is in the car with my wife. Excuse me? Can I see your 3 forms of ID? Mo, I'm really getting hit up by the police right now.
Relax.
Hey, what am I getting hit up? What's going on? Wait, hold on. I want a phone. You don't have to grab my arm like that.
How am I grabbing your arm?
You just grab him like what they
You're taller than me.
I am the Moor national, so be careful. That's all I got. I am an international. I am indigenous. I am registered with the state of California and this county.
Just stay calm. Just stay calm. Just stay calm, Moor.
I'm fine.
You gonna let us talk?
Well, go ahead.
There's a lot of issues, a lot of drug loitering, we just had a homicide down the street.
When?
We're making about an hour ago, so we're making to share with the school.
Somebody, you'll see. That's why
it's been a couple killings throughout the somebody got to be, hey, I ain't gonna worry about me.
That's all I want to work.
Yeah, I don't want to crazy. Yeah, your name is Aurelius Thomas Ill. Thomas Ill. E-L. That's like going to the indigenous aspect of who you are. You feel me? That's right. You're totally right. I'm from Morocco. This is Morocco. This is over here. I was raised over here. That's where I got this from.
All right, that's Thomas. That's enough. You gotta keep it going. You don't have to keep it going, Moor. More. You don't have to keep it going, Moor. Don't keep it going,
That's all you're going to see on me, the town, or you're going to see a red star and an all red shirt and a Moroccan on the back. For real. All right, now, y'all take it easy, man. Oh, yeah, I'll go. Okay, y'all take it easy. Okay, thank you. Well, you know what I'm saying, Mo? That's how it's working with me right now, Mo. You see that?
Hey, you just see live and direct, Moor.
This is live.
This is live and direct.
They was about to hand me up, so I started saying, "Hold on, I'm indigenous." He had me in there. He's about to start pulling my arm. I'm like, "Get your hands off me!"
Yeah, I see that, Moor.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing, Mo.
Moor.
some dumb digging ass. I'm trying to tell you, Mo, they better wake up because it's coming, man.
Moor.
It's coming, Mo.
Moor. You just this is not scripted. This was not scripted. A brother just
that was
got.
LA police just hit me up because I'm outside my place and my place is right next to a street alley that go all the way down to Vernon. I tell you, I stay in South Central. I walk around here with my fans up. I'm from East Oakland. Well, I'm from Morocco. I'm Morocco. Don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? But I was raised in East Oakland. Everybody know, man. I'm out here, man. I'm a real one. I ain't trying to be nothing. And like I said, that was LAPD, Mo. Right now, with the gun on me. Like, right now, with the gun on me, with my phone in my hand, talking to you. Mo.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Right now, I'm not playing. They had my right hand up, and they had the gun on my right side. I'm like, you better get your hands off me. I'm indigenous. I know who I am. And they said, oh, you heard him? L? Yeah. They said, oh, don't be wearing a Boston shirt. Oh, yeah, that Lakers shirt you had on last week? Oh, yeah. But the fuck do you know who I am? Don't you play with me. They want you to play with me. You let them know that. That's for all the moles to know. I ain't no weak one. I'm real with it, and I want all the most. We all real with it. It's in you. It's we born with it. It's in all of us. Don't worry about what them other dudes say. Straight up, because y'all just got. I swear to God, Mo. Praise Allah, inshallah, alhamdulillah. Y'all didn't see that, man.
Wow.
Y'all didn't see that, man.
Moor. Wow,
Come on,
Moor.
man. That was they just jumped out on me,
Islam,
Moor. I had to demonstrate real quick, like. Hold on, what is you doing? No, you can't grab him. No, you can't. I mean, Mormon business, baby. Back the buck. Not know who I am. When can I see some ID? My ID gone. I ain't got no. My ID gone to call my wife. She gone. Too many ID. Give me some ID. They straighten up real quick. They know what time it is. I ain't got no feds on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm here right now. I'm saying I don't need none of that. Because I know it's real. I felt it. I feel it now. I'm going to keep feeling it.
There
and it's
you go.
good.
There you go.
It's good to feel
there
that.
you go. There you go, Moor.
It's good to feel that, Mo. And if you really want that feeling, you can have that feeling too. Just cool. Listen to them bozos, that Negro back in college. Stupid ass weedle. Fight out, man. Black power. Man, come on, man. Come on. Black power wouldn't have saved me right there. Civil rights wouldn't have had me nowhere on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Islam, Moor.
Right now, bro.
Islam, Moor.
You know what I'm saying? They still riding around. Like they waving and shit and everything at me now.
They waving at me. Only part in the interjection, baby. Only part in the interjection. Hey, look, Moor. Hey, Moor. Peace, Moor. Please continue, because I know we got about 20 something minutes left. Please continue with that. But you know that's good, Moor. The prophet, man. That's the prophet, Moor.
That's the
prophet, Moor.
All day. It's on me right now, Mo. I feel it. It's crazy. Well, can we get back to the story?
Continue,
okay,
please. Pardon the interjection. Please continue. Then we continue.
Okay, we was talking about her informing that she knew that our identity status was a good thing. Okay, she was saying good thing you guys are cleanliness and business stuff, because now how to teach you guys totally different. And she went in there to go back into the courtroom. And right when she go back in there, I get a call from a DCFS agent. Like, what the world? And she's like, hi, my name is Samaya Jones and Sinat, and I'm here to work with you. And I'm going to tell you that we're going to close the case, and we're sending in the recommendation papers now to the courts to close the case against the file that's been opened on Kafri and Eva Thomas. And I said, ew, y'all not respecting that? Ew, goddamn. So she corrected herself, and we talked a little while. I said, thank you. And she said, now the only thing that we're going to do now is just talk about a 301 voucher that's going to help you guys, like, being the program is going to help you guys get established, like if you need help with your bills, or you need to find a place, or clothes, or, little things, accessory refrigerators and stuff like that. What they're supposed to offer in the beginning when you run DCFS, the first thing they're supposed to offer you is assistance. Not take your kids. Okay, so they start to play the good guy role. Right when I get the phone with her, after she's explaining to me everything I'm about to get and receive from DCFS helping, right? Okay, well, okay, whatever. I hang up. Oh no, she tells me about she tells me about me apologizing to the lawyer that I just got finished talking to like 3 minutes ago. I'm like, how did you know I just said that? Because I just said that. And you guys must be like boom, boom, boom with it because that's how it's seeming to me. So she says that. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Thank you for all your stuff. But anyway, okay. Got on the phone with her. Then my lawyer comes back out. My lawyer comes out for the first time, and she talks to me. So, okay, here are these papers. I want you to file with us so we can have this on the record with our files that you guys are going under this ICWA form. I'm like, ICWA. And she's like, yeah, this is a form that puts you under the Indigenous and Aboriginal Native Act, and we have to file you with that. And pretty much the only thing that we could do is contact your tribal leaders and give the baby to them and have them deal with it, or we could just give the baby. We have to give the baby back to you guys because you are in the tribe and the clan, and you guys are outside of the United Corporation, and you're outside of the courts, and we can't really take you guys. Actually, we have to really contact somebody to talk to you guys, and we have to go through our processes of that first before we could do any of this. So pretty much, they just let me know that I'm not a ward of state. I'm outside of jurisdiction. They can't touch me. Give me back my kids. I'm in my head going crazy, like, it's going nuts. Like it's the 4th of July, New Year's, your birthday, your everything, your marriage, every day going off in my head right now. Like, oh my God, it's going down. The Moors is about to hear about this, right? So she gave me this little ICWA form paper. The first shit I fill it out. All rights reserved, Thomas Hill, Moorish American. They had Native and Polynesian, so I put Indigenous because they already got it on my file anyway. That I told the DCFS worker that I was Indigenous when I had to call him. Well, I had to call the hospital and talk with him on the phone. And he already had it on their paperwork. And this dummy put, father claims to be Indigenous and the government owes. I didn't say shit nothing about the government owing me nothing. I didn't say I was Indigenous. That's it. And I ain't care about the government owing me. I want my status up. So give me that, and you can handle what's going to come next. But anyway, after all this is going on, I fill the paperwork out, all rights reserved, put Moorish American on there. I get her the paper. She goes in, takes it. I go back to my wife. I sit down. Me and my wife sitting down now. And then her lawyer comes out. And she's all jittery and stuff. Here goes the paper. Here's your guys. Here's your paper. She gives it to her and takes off. Right? And I'm sitting here with her like, okay, put this here. I'll reserve here. And my girl on it, but she looks to me like I'm on it. Like she's like, okay, what I gotta do here? Like do this and that. She signs this and that. And then she comes back out to pick the paper up, the ICWA form paper, the first one. She comes back out and she says, oh my God, guess what? And we're like, what? She's like, I just got a quick history lesson on the Moors. I was like, hold up, wait a second. How you gonna get a quick history lesson on the Moors? Like, seriously, this thing is a quick history lesson on the Moors. So I'm like, and my girl is dang near dancing because she was freaking out for the first couple of minutes until they started saying it. She's like, really? And she's looking at me like how a kid sees a piece of candy and they want to really dance. She's like, really? And I'm looking the same way. I'm like, oh my God. And the lawyer like, yeah. And then she's like, you gotta put the paper right. And she filled it out and she signed her name and all this over all rights reserved. She put the ill on there and all that. And then we give her the paper. No. She came out and said, I said, I got some history on the Moors, right? And then she's like, she says, I thought Moors were from Spain. I said, oh no. I really chuckled at her like, I laughed at like I left the police. I said, no. I said, those Moors aren't from Spain. I said, that was a story about a group of Moors that were in Spain, that was in Spain. Or, you know what I'm saying? Most people might say the story of the Moors in Spain or of Spain, but not from Spain. So we have to understand that aspect, because if you really understand the book tell you the Moors weren't from the Spain. They went there and they recultivated, recultured all that, and taught them agriculture and science and math. So this is the truth of that. But the whole reason that she came out like that and saying Moors was the whole reference is that it's true. Because she know, but then I turned around and said, no. I said, Moors aren't from Spain. I said, Moors are indigenous. Moors are from the whole world. Moors are from the planet. And she looked at me like, yep. And she went on back in there and took her paper. And she went on to the back. And then my lawyer came out again. And she was like, are you sure you're indigenous? I said, yes, I'm indigenous. I'm not native. I said, you know the difference between indigenous and native? And she was like, yes. I said, so do I. You want me to explain? And I explained to her. I said, of course, we know native means that your heritage or your bloodline is from a foreign place. And you're born on a domestic area and you become accustomed to the cultures and the lifestyle of that area. But you're born in other places, for instance, China, Spain, Europe, Portugal, and born in America.
Right,
and she was like, yep. And I said, well, indigenous identifies a distinguished marker by saying that your DNA, your chemical makeup, your body construct actually is one, it comes from the earth. And she's like, yep. Like an Aboriginal is a mixture between the native and the indigenous, between the two, to come with the Aboriginal. She's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what it is. She's like, okay. And she took the other little paper and I was filling it out for her when she walked back in the back. And so we like, after that all happened, that little hour of just craziness and emotions going bonkers, because we just got notified that they recognize us as being Moors, and they just notified that we are outside the jurisdiction, and they just notified that we're supposed to govern ourselves, and then they just notified that, yes, you are these hills. We're going cuckoo. Like, we dead there dancing. Everybody, I felt kind of bad because, everybody in there is sad because their kids is getting kidnapped.
Right,
But see, when the lawyer had came out, my girl had signed that wicker form, the second one. She was like, yes, thank God, because she said, because we've been kidnapping your people for the last 400 years.
Wow.
This is what the defense attorney said to us when we was filling those paperwork out.
Wow.
She said, thank God you guys are filling this out, because we've been kidnapping your people for the last 400 years. She didn't say was, like I said, she didn't say used to, she didn't say anything past tense.
Right.
She didn't use any of that. And this is a lawyer, so we know lawyers know the lingo. They're not playing around when they speak to you. They speaking to you indirect. So you got to understand what it is. And that's what she told us. But then she went back in there. That was the last time we seen her. So we had to come back to court. I mean, we got her to come. Okay, here I come. And this is the whole thing in that. So when we go in there, we're waiting like another 2 hours, hour and a half. Then they finally call us in there. They call us in there 3 o'clock again. Last case again. Call us in there. I leave my phone on the little couch, so I run back and get my phone. Everybody go in there. And I remember this vividly because I just said I'm gonna make a better entrance than that. So I came in after everybody, and I thought it was gonna be like a little bit of hostility. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, god dang, boy, was I wrong. Them people was like, it was a birthday party. Hey. I'm looking like, are these the same people that was just roasting me like 2 days ago? They was trying to put me in jail and shit. Like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? So I walk in there and I'm like, okay, it seems like I got a little thing going on. I got a little pep in my step now. I got the equiphone split out. Y'all listen to me not being. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I sit down, you know what I'm saying? Again, my lawyer, she still scared as can be because she know I gotta hit her with the bar and knock her down. Right. So she don't want that to happen. But anyway, she ran out the courtroom. My girl, she kind of feel like she comfortable, like we ain't trying to sue her. So she sat with my girl. Anyway, my son sat in one chair that the lawyer's supposed to sit in, and then my other son sits in my lap. So the lawyer, the judge, so-called judge, started running off. Okay, guys, this is something that I haven't done. I don't normally do this, but this is a very unique case, and under the circumstances, that since equal forms have been filed with the family, now the court has shown that the next position for the court will be to release the children to the family, and the court will be notified that family. She's gonna start, breaking it all down, like this direct. Like the family has filed equal forms with the courts in LA County. She's doing all the stuff that they've been notified, and they really honored the fact of that by showing the magistrate for like a brief moment towards the end. She stopped and she comes and says, "You two won this case." She's talking to me and my wife. She said, "You two, the parents, you guys won, not the lawyers, you two." She said, "You two won the case from doing your research.
Wow.
From doing your research, you guys did this." She didn't mean win the case because it wasn't a court case. It wasn't a court date. It's a hearing.
Right.
We didn't win nothing because they still got the case open, but it's not going to proceed. So you ain't talking about winning no case. You ain't talking about anything because researching ain't to go get a medical report. Researching ain't going to do a drug test. The only researching we did is find about our Moor's ancestry, how to label ourselves as Moors, not be ourselves and declare ourselves as Moors and announce, you feel me, through our own mouths and actions of birth, you feel me?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, but partner interjection, that's why she say y'all won, because she knew y'all really did and going to. That's why she say that. But
yeah. In the long run.
There you go. So look, we got a few minutes on here. I know you probably got to step off, but we're gonna have to come back and do this part 2. That's cool with you, right?
Oh man, that's cool. I could have got in more, but we had them jackets. They had to come show their presence because
it's a reason why that happened, Moor.
Of course.
It's a reason. The prophet don't make no mistakes, Moor.
Of course, no, Mo. You already know what it is. I see it eyes wide open. You know what I'm saying? And now the listeners, they can chew on that for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Since Mo's can't.
Pardon me, but that was a win. That was a win right there too, Moor.
Of course, baby. Like I said, a lot of guys this, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, until people really understand that, you ain't gonna worry about nothing, no, man. More ain't nothing to worry about. A lot got this, man.
Islam.
You better understand that, man. And I mean, I ain't trying to be like no figure, but if you can't see what's working through, they really just told me right now. Yeah. They just told me for everybody to see.
That's right.
It's time. Man. It's time, man. The ancestors is working through all of us right now. They just work through me.
There you go.
I know what just happened.
There you go,
You know what I'm saying? I know what just happened.
Islam, Moor.
Come on, Mo.
It's just as sure as I'm looking at the prophet in his face right now on his computer, Moor.
man, it's real, Mo. And like I said, they know the ethers is pushing you. If you ain't gonna try, the ethers is gonna make you do it. I don't care. You think you can just sit back? You think you can keep waiting on people like me and people like my brother Supreme and people like Cujo? The ethers is gonna make you do it.
There you
the
go.
The ethers is gonna make you do it.
There you
they ain't gonna let you sit around no more, man. You gotta understand it. It's time, people. That Negro black and color spirit, that shit is dead.
It's dead. It's black. It's black, Moor.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is dead. That shit is blacking out. It's blacked out.
Blacked out
in the middle of the third round. I'm sorry, it didn't make it past the third round. It couldn't go 4 rounds. You couldn't get all 4 corners. You only got 3 of them.
With that being said, Moor, look, this is what I want you to do for me, young Moor. I want you to give me any shout outs to anyone that you have to before we cut this line here.
Oh man, I want to give a shout out to all the teachers, man, all the lecturers, everybody from Basile through Catiz, man. Shout out to my man Nasir, man. Shout out to my man Cujo in the house, Canaanland Moles. Shout out to my man Supreme. Shout out to my man Alim Bay, Hakeem Bay, everybody that's on YouTube, everybody that's on Khalifa Media, everybody that's making this happen. The whole Moorish family, the Prophet Noble Jarali, inshallah, everybody, man. We all about to feel this love that I'm feeling right now because I said from my heart, I ain't lying to y'all, man. It's real, man, and it can't be no ruler, man. But it's coming, and it's coming to you. And praise everybody that's in this predicament. And we're going to get out of this predicament because it's meant to be out of this predicament. Like I said, praise Allah, shalom, man, Prophet Nabi Ali. You know what I'm saying? For real, man, praise to the Prophet, man. All day, man, praise to the Most, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be here, man. We ain't giving up. We ain't tapping out. You know what I'm saying? To all the Moors that feel me, you know what's up. Don't be scared, man. Don't be scared. We all know you a little nervous and you don't want to step outside the box. Your friends might think different. Your home, but check this out. When you gotta go to battle and you knock him in the mouth, when you come back and come home and say, I knocked him in the mouth, tell me how the Lord look at you then. Tell me how the hood gonna look at you then. Tell me how your neighborhood gonna look at you then. They're gonna look at you like you the man now because you are the man. You just gotta understand, and the women, we gotta understand we are these people, man.
There you
that's
go,
the biggest. That's the biggest thing. We are those naturally, but we're guided in the wrong direction. But you can guide yourself. You can guide yourself. And also things are going to guide you to where you have to be. But you have to recognize that. You have to recognize that it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. But the simplest thing to do, order of the day. If you don't do nothing else, proclaim your nationality, Mo. I'm telling you, Islam, Mo, and I ain't no super add up. Only been in this about 4.5 years. I said, you know, it took me time to really get active, but it didn't take me time to understand what and who we are as Moors. That's what I'm saying too. It don't take long. It don't take long to understand you a Mo. It don't take long at all. The concept of how to navigate through this bullshit, that is the lesson to be learned. But the teachings are not difficult. The understanding is not difficult. But to understand that you are not Negro, black, and colored, you are not African American, you are not these stigmatic heathen name titles, labels, whatever you want to call them. We're Moors. I'm trying to tell you, Mo. But I'm gonna shut it down. I think the people have seen enough. I done really talk to y'all, pull a demonstration out, and everything. Police really just jacked me up, bro, and they thought they had one. Islam. Guess what? No, they don't. And then now they want to be my friend and talk about the way, man. What church you gonna wear next weekend?
That's what they do, more. That's what they do, more. Trust me, I went through that too. Now, and before I cut you off, I got a couple minutes. I got a couple minutes on it before they cut you off, but I want to get you on part 2. So stay close. I'm gonna give you a link back. I'm gonna ring you back. All right. And family, thank you, family. I want to appreciate my good brother Thomas L coming on here, and we will come back for a part 2. So I want to give shout outs and love to Prophet Nabi Ali and all the mothers, because wait for part 2. When part 2 come back, wait to see what happens to this brother and his family. You haven't seen the half, y'all. If the half was told to you, you'll go back to sleep. Thank you, Moore, and I'll give you a link in a short second, all right?
For sure, Mo, Supreme, baby. We on, Mo. We out here, man.
Islam, Moore. Peace, Moore.
Islam, Moore.
Peace, Moore.
Peace.
Yeah, that was my good brother Thomas L up in L.A. out in California. So, yeah. With that being said, is out there. Don't believe me. Y'all just seen it. I just seen the policy enforcers just roll up on that brother. That wasn't scripted or nothing. The policy enforcers just tried to roll up on that brother, and he claimed this and stood it square. Didn't have his fez on. Didn't have nothing on. Just with his mouth, bro. What do you know? His energy. So that's live and direct. Islam, more. Don't believe me. Go check it out for yourself, and you'll be amazed at the jewels you'll find in your treasure hunt. I am Supreme L, and this has been another episode of Pardon the Interjection. A really good one, an interesting episode of Pardon the Interjection. And as I say always, Islam, love, and peace forevermore.
Yo, status is first, a certificate at my birth. Made my blessing of life a curse. Going in my mom's purse and my dad's wallet. Doing things I shouldn't be doing, but I lack knowledge. No ancestral homage, only knew Tangem and Lamsey. On the other side, only knew Popeye and Granny. I learned a lot, not enough streets taught me to eat by hustling. Never knew the Moabites or muscle men. Only muscle men I knew lifted weights on bars. Most of my heroes from my hood looked through bars. Punchers in backs, faced with scars. Told me store weed in jars. Get freedom, they just wanna see stars. Saying things change when you live on a range where grown men don't act their age and act in rage as he turns life's page and welcomes change.